What's going on, guys? So I've been getting a lot of questions about Pathfinder and how to go about using him, how to do grapples, how to do just everything, and on controller on top of that, controller on PC. So what we're gonna do today in this video is we're going to start off by just talking about the grapple, how to use it, the mechanics, and what you can and cannot do with it. More so what you can than what you can't. But here we go. All right, so we have the controller cam on. I kind of want this to kind of just be like an eye for you guys. I mean, it's not going to be the easiest thing to see, but I believe it can help having it up. I'd love to know in the comment section if you guys found having the camera up on the controller helpful for you or not. But anyways, here we go. So first off, we'll start with just kind of like the indicator of the Pathfinder grapple, and that's going to be this blue HUD that you see. So as you can see, basically anything that's blue right now I can reach, but as you can see it turns yellow. Well, you can barely see it because everything in Apex is yellow. That it is not lighting up. So anything that hits blue, like obviously anything in this radius can hit blue, is going to be able to be grappled. And then as soon as you go out of range, which is about there, and we'll ping that just so we keep the meters up, it's looking like 21 meters, just about. We'll pull it in right there. So yeah, just about 21 meters, and you can see kind of like he's like bobbing and weaving. So it's like right around there. We'll just say 20 meters to be sure. But anyways, so 20 meters. And then depending on what controller you do use, you're either going to, I mean, it's always going to be the top left. So you can just do your standard grapple, which is just going to be this, and it's just going to pull you forward. Or, which I should probably get a gold helmet for this. And we'll talk about cooldowns with like helmets and everything in between, either in this video or a different video, but we are going to grab a gold helmet for today's purpose. So a cool thing that you can do now, so we start talking about grappling mechanics. So when Pathfinder wants to get a little bit more air, so you can jump and grapple, but it's going to be kind of like a snap of a thing, right? So you're going to grapple jump, and that's kind of like the premise that we're going to be getting into. And a way that you can teach yourself to hit fat grapples is just by getting that down. What you can do is you're going to pull your left thumbstick back, you're going to grapple, and you're going to jump. So you're going to grab and pull and jump. And you see the difference in how much further that got me, right? So it's a hard mechanic to get down, but once you get it down, when you're using it in a fight, it can actually be so helpful for you. And there's a lot of things you could do with this. I mean, you can change height, you can grapple your opponent, you can grapple away from people, you can grapple to a second story, to a third story. I mean, the possibilities are endless, but again, what you want to do to get those far graps is you're going to pull back on the left thumbstick, kind of like if you're pulling a slingshot, and just imagine that you're like propelling yourself forward with that slingshot. So you're going to grapple, pull back, and jump at the same time, and that's going to really help you. There's a few things that you can do as well to get a little bit further now once you hit the fat grab. Once you start learning how to hit this fat grab, it's all about timing, right? Everything in this game is about timing and the way that you can add things together. So once you hit that grapple, if you pull back and you jump at the end of it and kind of hop, you get a little bit further. And we'll kind of use like the hillside for this one, because coming down hills, like, you're gonna fly and you don't have to burn your grapple as long. Which, what I mean is, in the lower left corner you see kind of like that my grapple is loading back up. But the further you go is the dependence on how long the grapple actually lasts. So let's say I do like one of these ones, right? And I'm just here. That's 8 seconds. And now it's an 8-second minimum. But when I do the fat grab and I show you guys kind of this bouncing at the end of it, you're going to see how much longer itself. So we're going to pull this back. We're going to bounce right dead slides. Okay. I mean, you can see, even someone that, like, has this perfected, like, there's no perfecting it, you know? You're not always going to hit that grapple, especially with Apex dead slots, unfortunately. So, again, what we're going to do is we're going to pull back, we're going to go forward, and we're going to bounce at the end of this and kind of get that little bit of an extra jump from there, you know? And again, like, be easy on yourself. Go to the range, learn how to do this, learn how to do it in combat. I mean, it helps a lot. So we're going to do the fat grab, and kind of that little bounce right there at the end is going to help us. So other things about this grapple that I feel like a lot of people don't know is that you can actually cut the grab. Like, and what I mean by cut is, like, you can basically just cancel it no matter where you're at. What I'm going to do is, again, if I just wanted to make it to the other side of that rather than go all the way around, I'm going to grapple and then I'm going to cut it. And the grapple will continuously go if you don't touch anything. So you could literally just keep, like, you can't continuously wrap, obviously, because this is too wide. But like a cargo bot or something, you could continuously wrap. Okay, so again, you're here and you do the fat grab. So now we're going to do the fat grab with a cut. Okay, so we're not going to try to make it as far as we can. We're just going to try to get as much air as we can. So we're going to wrap and then we're going to cut. And you see how it just stops, right? Now, you can use that a lot of times in combat. You can use that to get to a different story, but it really helps. So we're just going to do the fat grab technique and then cut again. And that wasn't the best one, but you still see that cut animation. You're going to see me do the fat grapple. So again, we're pulling back on the left thumbstick and we're pushing A, which for me, I use my paddle instead of actually using A. So I use one paddle, my paddle's A. So we're going to pull back, and then to cut the grapple is what you're going to be looking for. So we're going to pull back, jump, and cut with the right thumbstick, okay? So the right thumbstick is going to be how you cut. You're going to pull back on the grab. You're going to jump with the A button or your A button, whatever it may be. So what we're going to do and what it's going to look like is you're going to grapple with the LB, boom, cut it with the right thumbstick. And again, we're pulling back on that left thumbstick to get that extra slingshot effect. So you see a lot of use for these Pathfinder grapples. And we're just going to call this kind of like part 1 to a Pathfinder series, and kind of understanding the grapple on controller, understanding the uses for it, understanding anything in between, from whether it be cooldown, how far you can go, how far you want to go, how to get a little bit higher, how to get a little bit further. And again, anything that you guys do want to see for this video moving forward in this series, please comment in the section below. It could be the super jump, it could be where you could set a zip line to. There's really no dumb questions here, so feel safe, ask in the comments below. Hope you guys liked the video. Like, subscribe. Please, I've noticed there's about 60% of you guys that are not subscribed to the channel, but do continue to watch the content, and I still appreciate it. But regardless, love you guys. I'm Noob. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one, everybody.